Welcome back to the Hurley Pro. After a radical round 3, we've lost most of the top 10 picture on the Jeep leaderboard. As this one continues, we're now down to the final 12. Jordy Smith, Michel Bourez, and Kelly Slater take to the lineup. Had an interesting morning heat the other day, and this one's going to get started now. Wearing the white jersey, the greatest of all time, Kelly Slater sets up a top turn wrap, but he'll get stuck on the way down.
Wow. Takes a little more time to finish an event, but it's a great privilege to have.
Still with Barton Lynch as we watch this wave set up for a former event champ, South Africa's Jordy Smith. Nice hard approach off the bottom, drifting casually and powerfully off the top, and then a huge layback hack that he's not going to get credit for on the inside corner.
Yeah, it's like I said, Joe, it's a completely different guy, and something clicked. Obviously that new board maybe, so Jordy Smith up and riding.
Jordy now starting to run down the line, our heat leader with just a 2.33, so nothing much so far in this matchup till now. Beautiful tail drifting hack off the top for Smith. Still running through the inside with Michel getting started behind him. Hammers the inside corner. Climbing it on the inside. Michel's got to get out of there. So we'll see the best numbers so far in this matchup, led by Jordy Smith. Potts.
Ability to ride backwards for a period of time, bring the board back around. Let's have a look up and over that section. Just setting this up perfectly. Nice little check turn, waiting for it to stand up. Timing's everything out here. Right there, you can see him riding backwards, but doesn't lose any speed at all. That's an amazing technique right there from Jordy Smith. And then make sure he finishes off nicely on the inside. So Jordy, that is going to be a cracker of a score. And right behind him, Michel Bourez going for broke on his opening turn, throwing the tail out the back there, laying back in the whitewater, but just lost enough.
Always keeping it light, and that was his daughter Sierra with him in the locker room. Late takeoff for Kelly. Carve off the top. He's got some whitewater already shutting this wave down, so he's going to go for the rotator. He'll pull that one off. Flat spin, reverse. He get his best score so far in round 4, heat number 1.
Yeah, well, Michel Bourez right behind him, Joe.
Bourez with a powerful roundhouse hack on the next opportunity. Watched him eat cereal the morning of the finals. We say that every day now because of that movie, and here he goes, still doing it at 44.
Yeah, still doing it, and still one of the crowd favorites, that's for sure.
Jordy Smith locked in a 6.17. Kelly just a touch better, a 6.83. Smith wants some more out of the right here. Springs into a brilliant first turn off the lip. Extended bottom turn. Carved a huge tail release. Quick whip into the pocket to float it to get down the line. Surfing the wave so well. Jordy now looking to finish. He'll coil up for a huge fin ditch. Now the Spartan heading down the line. Michel Bourez, full roundhouse cutback, power punch through the whitewater. And he'll just have a fun looking foam climb to finish. Things are starting to move now. Kelly's on the next wave. Hop out quickly, and still we've got about 3 or 4 more waves in this set, Potts. Up the coastline right in front of the fans cheering him on, and he was happy to hear the beach announcer let him know he just got a 7.93 on his last. Here comes Kelly. Quickly snapping it off the lip. He's got a lot of speed to burn. Full roundhouse wrap with the rebound. He'll end up laying back on the inside section, and he's out.
It's power. Let's have a look at Kelly's wave. Nice and clean on the face. Jams it up through the lip, and then just that transition to be able to get the board back up. And here we go, one of my favorite maneuvers, that big wraparound cut back into the whitewater. So just the technique to be able to do that in such a short space. Unbelievable from Kelly. Let's have a look at Jordy's wave, that 9.0. Just draws off the bottom. Look at the power and the amount of water that just gets flying out of the back of the wave. Smith just on a roll here right now. You asked me before, Joe, have I seen the best out of Jordy yet? And I said,
with his progression that's reliable, we can count on him bringing it to competition every time he stands up. Let's see what he's going to do at this wall. Already after a 9, he'll just quickly blitz that first section off the lip. Nice casual drift on the next one, keeping that flow down the line. Another big fin blow, stomping him perfectly. Carved a slide off the top. Jordy has to applaud himself for that effort.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people would be affected by the bump and lump on this on the wave here at the moment, but Jordy Smith so strong and powerful. he just drives through it. You look at places like Bells Beach and Margaret River, he's such a big bloke. He's really strong and just drives through those chops. That board is looking amazing under his feet. Just back-to-back maneuvers, straight through into some crazy turns. Michel Bourez, this was his 7.93. Bourez, power of his own, just kicks the tail out right there. Karate chopped that whitewater and finishes off nicely. So Michel Bourez opted to come in and run around, which was an interesting...
Kelly just a little bit further inside will make a move under the Spartans' priorities. Getting a lot of speed, waiting for a first section to work with. Now he's got to go for broke here. He'll just throw a big punt and throws that air away.
Kelly getting caught just too far inside, but here you go. He got Jordy again on it. Looks like another screamer.
Jordy Smith already winding up for a lengthy float. In transition off the bottom, he'll blow the tail, full reverse this time. Keeps that rail in the open face for a smooth roundhouse cutback, smashes it off the lip, deep off the bottom, and Jordy Smith crushes the end section. Bourez wants to answer. Beats a massive section with the float. Hangs one right in the guts of the pocket and then blows the nose poke. Doesn't reverse, pulls it around forward. The Spartans trying to match the momentum of Smith now. And Kelly's trying to break free of this combination. Flowing down the line, that wave's not going to give him too much.
Luck involved, you know. I mean, it's here we go. Let's have a look at Jordy. This was underneath everyone else. Smith just floats, and then watch this turn right here. Showing the judges something different. That was a full rotation on the snap, which he hasn't done yet in this heat. So he's just starting to dig deep into his bag of tricks. But karate chops that last section viciously, and then right behind him, Michel Bourez. This wave kind of ran away, so Michel really just more of a down the line projection with these two turns right here. Waits for it to stand up and then unloads right there. So Michel Bourez looking for a 9.57. Don't think he's going to get that, but Jordy Smith could even extend his lead really with that last wave. Kelly Slater a little bit out of sync. I don't think he's going to be too worried though. It was two screamers came through and Jordy's got both of them so far.
And next thing you know, when you're on a big crowd like this, you end up seeing a lot of South Africans all making the trek to watch their hero compete. Jordy Smith, our first quarter finalist here at the Hurley Pro.